I do welcome you to Bible Times. I'm Willard Pless, and we're here to give meat in due season. If you go to Matthew 24, when Jesus was talking about his coming and the signs, that he said, blessed is the servant that gives meat in due season. Now, you might say, what does that mean? That means to talk about what's going on, what's happening right now. And that's where we're at here. We're talking about what's going on right now, what's happening right now. But the sad part about this, the more I get into this, the more people that walk away that says I'm done. But I don't like to see that. I'm just trying to give what the Bible is talking about and talking about what's going on, what's happening, and bringing the Bible to reality, because it talks about this, what's going on. That's what Jesus is giving here in Matthew 24 and 25, that he's giving about this time that we're in right now, that the signs of the times and the season of the time, and we want to give this. And we see these things going on, the wars and rumors of wars, and these signs taking place every day. We see the season certainly here. We're in this time and season right now. We've been in it for since 2000. We've been in the time here of the 24, 25 years actually that it talks about here. And this is what we're giving. We're at this time, and we know that now that America has really went into the Middle East and has conquered Israel. We know that President Trump is the beast that the Bible talks about. He's the little horn that Daniel talks about in his book, about sprouting out the 10 horns, and we've been in this since World War II, about the 10 horns, and then one sprouting out of the 10 horns, and what he's going to be doing, and Revelation 12 tells us that Satan's get kicked out of heaven, and he's done that now, and he's here on this earth, and he's bringing all this together. We know that this thing about the peace treaty in the Middle East and Israel and what's happening to them, and I know they can't see and understand what's going on right now. The church world can't see and understand what's going on. So Israel and the church world is asleep, not seeing what's really going on right now. But we want to talk about meat in due season. And we know that President Trump is the one the Bible talks about that Satan's going to bring forth. In Revelation chapter 13, we know this is President Trump and what he's doing right now. And he will conquer Israel with flattery, and he's done that. And so he's there now, and Israel is treating him like a king. That they're bought into it right now. But the Bible teaches that God's eventually going to call his people out of this thing, and we know that Israel's going to turn against President Trump when we get here in November. That Israel's going to turn President Trump off. They're going to turn against him. Israel is going to turn against President Trump just like they turned against Nebuchadnezzar back in the book of Daniel, and like they turned against Rome in the time of Caesar, and see, these two have destroyed the city and the temple, and so this is going to happen again here. We've been talking about this by January, that Israel's going to be flooded, that Trump's people are going to flood Jerusalem, and Daniel talks about that in his book. Now, you might say, well, when you look at these men that are giving these things, and I know we say Daniel or Paul, or some of them have said this or that, but you have to realize that it's not them, that it's God giving things through them. And see, he's the only one that can do that. He uses men. And he used Daniel. Daniel couldn't have understood what was going on, but God gave it to him to write. And so he wrote about it in chapter 9. He even wrote about when Trump would first show up in 2017, when Israel was back for 69 years. See, Daniel talks about the 70 years of weeks. You can go to Daniel chapter 7 and Daniel chapter 9 and chapter 11 and learn about this. And 70 weeks is talking about 70 years. But Daniel said that President Trump would show up in the 69th year. And when 2017 comes, that's when Israel was back in the land for 69 years. And then, see, Daniel and the tree that Nebuchadnezzar seen, that Daniel told him that he'd be taken down 7 times. See, all of this is connected. President Trump is like Nebuchadnezzar. And Nebuchadnezzar was to be taken down 7 times. And you can look at that from the time he was first taken down, and then the 7th time is when President Trump was taken down in 2021. That was the 7th time. See, President Trump is Nebuchadnezzar that's returned. And the Bible teaches that Daniel will be back too, to talk about and give clarity of these things and what's going on. And that's what we're trying to help get done in this world. We want to try to explain the Bible and talk about what is really going on and what's happening. So this is going on. And when we get to November the 22nd, that this is the time that they will turn President Trump off. Now, don't go around saying it's happen on that day. I'm saying it's going to happen after. It could happen on that day, or it could happen a day or two later. There's nothing final here. God is in control of all time, and we can't know the day or the hour. We have to look at things, and when they happen, then we can understand what's going on. You can't understand until it happens, and then He will give you understanding if you're walking with Him and fellowshipping with Him and being a part of what He's doing, that He'll give you understanding. You'll understand what's going on, and this is going on, and we understand that Jesus is going to be coming soon. When we get into 2026 here, as we're going by the Gregorian calendar, that the Bible teaches that Jesus is going to return in 2026. We don't know the day or the hour, but we know that this is the time, that we're in the time and the season because of what the Scriptures give us. And that's what we're looking at here. But if you're not walking with Jesus and fellowshipping with Him and being a part, you're not going to be able to see these things. And you won't like to hear it. But I'm looking forward to His coming. He's going to come and take this evil world down. He's going to cleanse this world just like He cleansed the temple. Jesus cleansed the temple 3 times, and He's going to cleanse this world 3 times. And we understand what the Bible is talking about. He cleansed the world when He sent the flood. And when He comes this time, He'll cleanse it. He'll take the beast and the false prophet and all the evil hearts of the world and send them to the fire. And then at the end of the 7th millennial, He will cleanse the world again. So we know that the world's not going to end when Jesus comes this time. He's going to cleanse it. And then He's going to sit on the throne, and the world's going to be given to the saints. And they're going to be helping Him here in the world through the 7th millennial. And there's going to be nations. He's going to cleanse the evil hearts of people throughout the nations of the world, starting with Israel first. And you can read about that. And He definitely taught about that time coming, that He would call all nations and He would cleanse the world. And you can read about that in Matthew chapter 25. See, this is where we are. And I'd like to have time to talk to you about the parable of the 10 virgins, and I may do that a little later, but I want us to realize where we are right now, what's going on, and what time we're living in, and when Jesus is going to be coming, because we're here, and this is going on right now. The world's in a chaotic mess. The budget America has become Babylon, and Babylon's in control of the Middle East right now. But we know that Israel's going to turn it off pretty soon, and this is when the abomination and desolation comes. So we're getting close here. So call on Jesus and get ready. Get him in your heart and begin to walk with him, and you'll be able to see what's going on. And I hope you do that. And God bless you, and you have a great day.